What if I told you that some of the world's most feared and creepy crawlies are actually served as gourmet delicacies? From giant centipedes to bee larvae, people around the world aren't just tolerating bugs, they're eating them. But why? And more importantly, would you dare to take a bite? In this mind-blowing video, we reveal the surprising health benefits of eating insects, how water bugs and mealworms are prepared in different cultures, and dive into why insects might be the future of food. In Cambodia, crispy fried tarantulas are a popular street food snack, and scientists say insects could help solve world hunger. Join us as we count down the 10 shocking bugs you won't believe people actually eat, and prepare to be amazed. Number 10. Centipedes. Welcome to one of the most feared creatures on Earth, right into the stomach. These creepy crawlers are more than just pests. In some parts of the world, they're a delicacy. First, let's talk about the real horror here. How do people actually eat something with dozens of legs and a body straight out of a nightmare? These creatures are notorious for their venomous bites and lightning-fast movements. But for some cultures, this makes them even more desirable. In places like China, Thailand, and parts of Africa, centipedes are considered a crunchy snack. People fry them, roast them, or even boil them. Imagine biting into one. The legs, the texture, everything about it feels wrong. But here's the twist. They're packed with protein. These creepy crawlers are not only edible but also offer a high-protein punch, comparable to other insect-based foods like crickets. But why are they becoming more popular? Why do people eat centipedes? The answer may shock you. Sustainability. Insects, including centipedes, are far more eco-friendly than traditional livestock. They require significantly less land, water, and food to grow. Plus, they're packed with essential nutrients like protein, iron, and calcium. As the global population rises and resources dwindle, some experts believe insects could be the future of food. But is it safe? Here's the catch. Centipedes are venomous. Many species carry toxins that can cause serious reactions, so eating them isn't as simple as grabbing one off the ground. Some cultures have mastered safe preparation methods, roasting away the toxins to make them edible. But raw centipedes? That's a risk you don't want to take. Number 9. June beetles. June beetles, those shiny, buzzing insects that crash into porch lights, are actually a delicacy in some parts of the world. And here's the shocking part. They're packed with protein, taste surprisingly good, and might just be the future of food. Stay with us because what you're about to learn will change the way you see bugs forever. For centuries, indigenous communities in Mexico and Central America have roasted and eaten June beetles as a crunchy, high-protein snack, similar to potato chips. In some places, these beetles are fried to a golden crisp, seasoned with spices, and enjoyed like popcorn. Imagine a snack that's 100% natural, packed with nutrients, and, believe it or not, tastes a little like roasted nuts. But here's where it gets even crazier. June beetles are loaded with protein, nearly 60% of their body weight. That's way more than chicken or beef. And unlike factory-farmed meat, these insects require almost zero resources to produce. No massive water waste, no deforestation, and no harmful greenhouse gases. In fact, scientists believe that insects like June beetles could be the key to solving world hunger. Imagine replacing unhealthy junk food with a super snack that's eco-friendly and nutrient-dense. If you're expecting something gross, think again. People who've tried June beetles describe them as crispy, slightly nutty, and even a bit buttery. Some say they taste like roasted almonds, while others compare them to shrimp shells. Drop a comment below. Would you try a June beetle snack, or is that a big nope? And if you found this video shocking, hit that like button. Trust me, you won't believe what's next. Number 8. Water bugs. Have you ever tried a giant insect that loves to bite your toes? Well, now it's on your plate. These oversized insects, also known as toe biters, are served deep-fried, grilled, and even made into sauces. Water bugs can grow up to 4 inches long, with sharp pincers and a powerful bite. They lurk in ponds and rivers, ambushing prey like fish and frogs. But despite their scary appearance, these bugs are packed with protein, healthy fats, and a bold, briny flavor. Some even say they taste like a mix of shrimp and sweet melon. Yes, melon. Here's where it gets wild. In Thailand, water bugs are often grilled whole and sold at night markets. The crispy shell gives way to soft, juicy meat inside. Some people even suck out the insides, claiming it's the best part. In Vietnam, water bug extract is used to flavor sauces and soups, adding a deep, umami-rich taste. And in China, they're sometimes steamed with spices, giving them an exotic twist. Water bugs have a strong, almost floral smell. Some describe it as a mix of fragrant pears and cinnamon. This unique aroma is why they're often used in traditional dipping sauces, adding an unexpected punch of flavor. Thinking of trying one? Here's what you need to know. While they're generally safe to eat, their pincers can deliver a painful bite, so handling them requires skill. Also, like any wild insect, they should be properly cooked to avoid bacteria or parasites. Number 7. Mealworms. Imagine biting into something crunchy only to realize it has legs. Sounds shocking, right? Well, what if I told you that millions of people around the world eat mealworms? Yes, these tiny, wriggling larvae are considered a nutritional gold mine and a future superfood. Mealworms are actually the larvae of the darkling beetle. And before you freak out, get this. They contain more protein than beef. While a steak gives you around 25% protein, dried mealworms can have up to 50%. They're also packed with essential vitamins, healthy fats, and even fiber, making them a top pick for scientists and chefs who are calling them the food of the future. Mealworms can be ground into a fine flour and used to make bread, pasta, and even protein bars. If you think eating bugs is just some bizarre trend, think again. In places like Thailand, China, and Mexico, mealworms are a delicacy. Fried to crispy perfection, roasted for extra crunch, or even coated in chocolate. Yes, chocolate-covered bugs. Oh, and here's where it gets even more surprising. Big companies are already selling mealworm snacks in grocery stores. From barbecue-flavored mealworm chips to spicy roasted larvae, these crunchy critters are slowly making their way into Western diets. So, should you eat mealworms? They're incredibly eco-friendly, needing far less land, water, and food than livestock. And if the idea of eating insects still makes you squirm, just remember, lobsters were once considered giant sea bugs, and now they're a luxury dish. Number 6. Tarantulas. Meet the hairy, 8-legged nightmares that some people actually eat. In places like Cambodia and Venezuela, deep-fried tarantulas are a popular street food. Imagine walking through a bustling market, and right in front of you, sizzling in hot oil, are giant spiders. Once fried, they turn crispy, with a crunchy outer shell and a soft, meaty center. Some even say they taste like a mix between crab and chicken. Some people don't just eat the legs, they eat the entire body, fangs included. So why do people eat tarantulas? The answer might surprise you. It's for survival and tradition. During the Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia, food was scarce and people turned to whatever they could find, including tarantulas. Over time, what started as a necessity became a cultural delicacy. But there's another reason: nutrition. Believe it or not, tarantulas are packed with protein, healthy fats, and essential nutrients like zinc and iron. Some even claim they have medicinal properties, boosting energy and stamina. And with the growing trend of sustainable eating, more people are considering alternative protein sources. Now, before you go spider hunting, here's the real danger. Tarantulas have venom. While it's not deadly to humans, it can cause irritation and allergic reactions if not cooked properly. That's why street vendors know exactly how to prepare them, removing the fangs, neutralizing the venom, and seasoning them to perfection. However, not all tarantulas are safe to eat. Some species carry more toxins than others, so don't try this at home. Number 5. Red ants. Imagine taking a bite of your food and suddenly, zap! A sharp, citrusy sting electrifies your tongue. No, it's not some exotic spice. It's red ants. That's right. These fiery little insects aren't just known for their painful bites. Believe it or not, red ants are a popular snack in Thailand, India, and parts of South America. From crunchy ant eggs to full-grown soldier ants, they're served fried, roasted, or even raw. Some cultures mix them into curries, salads, and sauces, while others make ant chutney, a spicy paste packed with flavor. It's not just about taste, it's about survival. Packed with protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals like zinc and iron, they provide more nutrients than some meats. But here's where it gets even wilder. Red ants contain formic acid, giving them a naturally tangy, almost lemony flavor. That's right, they season themselves. And if you thought that was impressive, get this. Some people believe red ants have medicinal properties. Traditional healers in some regions use them to treat asthma, infections, and even joint pain. Before you start munching on ants from your backyard, hold up. Not all red ants are safe to eat. Some species have stronger venom, which can cause burning sensations, allergic reactions, and digestive issues. That's why expert preparation is key. Cooking or drying them removes most toxins, making them safe and delicious. Red ants aren't just eaten alone. Some people even mix them with rice dishes to balance their intense flavor. Sounds insane, right? But for those who've tried it, it's a taste explosion like no other. Number 4. Sago grubs. Thinking of picking up a fat, wriggling larva, its soft body squirming between your fingers? Picture dropping it into your mouth, alive. Sounds crazy, right? But in parts of Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands, sago grubs are a prized delicacy. These juicy, protein-packed larvae are eaten raw, roasted, or deep-fried, and some say they taste buttery, nutty, even like bacon. For centuries, tribes in Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and Malaysia have considered sago grubs a survival superfood. These larvae come from the sago palm, where they thrive in rotting wood, feeding on nutrients that make them rich in healthy fats and protein. Indigenous communities harvest them fresh, often plucking them straight from tree trunks. Yes, straight from the wood. They're packed with essential amino acids, healthy omega fats, and iron, making them an eco-friendly alternative to meat. As the world looks for sustainable food sources, these little larvae might just be the future of protein. Now, let's talk about the real shocker: how people eat them. Some prefer them raw and wriggling, savoring the creamy, almost coconut-like texture. Others go for the crispy, smoky flavor of grilled or deep-fried grubs. In some places, they're skewered like kebabs or tossed into stir-fries, blending their rich flavor with spices and herbs. Some believe sago grubs have medicinal benefits, boosting energy, aiding digestion, and even acting as a natural aphrodisiac. Traditional chefs and indigenous communities know exactly which ones are safe and how to cook them properly. Number 3. Cicadas. Picture walking outside on a warm summer evening and hearing the deafening buzz of cicadas filling the air. In many cultures, cicadas aren't just loud, they're lunch. These crunchy, protein-packed insects have been eaten for centuries in China, Japan, Thailand, and even parts of the US. For thousands of years, cicadas have been a seasonal delicacy. Packed with high-quality protein, low-fat, and essential nutrients like iron and zinc, they're a superfood straight from nature. Some even compare their taste to shrimp or soft-shell crab. During a cicada emergence, billions of these buzzing bugs rise from the ground, covering trees, sidewalks, and even cars. For those who know, it's an all-you-can-eat feast, fresh, free, and surprisingly delicious. Cicadas are eaten in so many ways, and some might shock you. Roasted and crunchy, tossed in oil, sprinkled with salt, and roasted to perfection. Cicada stir-fry, mixed with garlic, chili, and soy sauce for a crispy, spicy treat. Chocolate-covered cicadas. Yes, people actually dip them in chocolate for a sweet, crunchy snack. Some even eat them raw, straight off the tree. Before you go cicada hunting, here's the real danger. While they aren't poisonous, pesticides and environmental toxins can make them unsafe if not sourced properly. Also, if you're allergic to seafood, beware. Cicadas share proteins with shrimp and crabs, which means they could trigger an allergic reaction. But in places where they're eaten regularly, chefs and locals know exactly which ones to pick and how to cook them right. Number 2, scorpions. You're walking through a bustling market in Thailand when suddenly something catches your eye. Scorpions sizzling on skewers, ready to be devoured. Scorpions are considered a delicacy in several countries, and they're not just for daredevils anymore. From crunchy legs to tender tails, people are eating these venomous creatures, and they're loving it. In places like China, Mexico, and Thailand, scorpions aren't just feared, they're enjoyed as part of the regular diet. Here's the surprising part. The venom is harmless once cooked. When prepared properly, scorpions have a mild flavor that some people compare to crab or shrimp. Most of the time, they're deep-fried or roasted, giving them that crispy, satisfying texture. Some even say the tail is the most tender part, with a surprisingly mild flavor. Scorpions are served in many different ways. In Thailand, they're often skewered and roasted on the streets, sizzling away with a dash of salt and seasoning. In Mexico, scorpion tacos are all the rage, with the critter wrapped in a soft tortilla, topped with fresh salsa and a squeeze of lime. Some people even eat them raw with the venom still intact. But don't worry, the venom is neutralized during cooking, so you're not risking a sting. Not all scorpions are safe to eat. While most species are perfectly fine once cooked, some can still pack a punch. The venom from certain species can cause intense reactions if not handled properly. Number 1, bee larvae. What if I told you that one of the world's sweetest creatures, the honeybee, has a hidden secret? People aren't just harvesting honey. They're eating the bees themselves. More specifically, their larvae. That's right. Bee larvae are considered a gourmet delicacy in some cultures. Across Asia, Africa, and even parts of Europe, bee larvae aren't just buzzing in hives, they're being served on plates. In Japan, hachinoko, or cooked bee larvae, is a traditional dish, often simmered in soy sauce and sugar. Why? Because these little grubs are packed with protein, vitamins, and healthy fats. Some even say they taste like creamy nuts. But before you picture someone scooping larvae out of a hive and popping them in their mouth, let's talk about preparation. In Cambodia, vendors stir-fry them with spices for a crunchy, savory snack. In Mexico, bee larvae are often eaten raw with a squeeze of lime. Some chefs even use them in high-end gourmet dishes. With growing concerns over food sustainability, scientists believe insects, yes, even bee larvae, could be a game changer. They require far fewer resources than traditional meat, reproduce quickly, and are incredibly nutrient-dense. Let me know in the comments if you'd try it, and if you found this video interesting, be sure to like and subscribe for more surprising food facts. Don't forget to turn on notifications because you won't want to miss what's coming next.